Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys, welcome to the Coosa Christian Football Show. Jeff Underwood, J-Dub White, and you know who this show is with.
This show is sponsored by Baby Oil and P. Diddy.
No, it's not.
Oh, that's the wrong show. Never mind. Cut that.
Show.
Start over. Welcome to the Marco Bryant Coosa Christian Football Show. Coach, welcome.
Good afternoon.
That sounded aggressive. Didn't that sound aggressive?
It did, but that's who he is, you know.
No, I'm talking about you. You sounded aggressive.
It's the cabal. It's what it is. Yeah. So breaking news, let's get it straight from the source. This week, again, one of the biggest games, top 3 games in the state of Alabama. Seriously, top 3 games in the state of Alabama. Fife's coming to town. That game just got moved. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's going to be moved to Sunday at 11 o'clock.
I'll be there.
What about you, Jill?
I'll be there.
Okay.
He'll end it early.
Yep.
No, it's going to be moved to Friday at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all know it's hurricane season.
Yeah, we waited, guys. I didn't want to move the game. I did my best. We literally waited to the drop dead time of the last weather update we got at 1 o'clock. We couldn't spring this thing out any further because there's so many things going on in the afternoon. We just couldn't. I mean, I waited at the very last minute. I wanted the game played on Thursday, but unfortunately, it's not meant to be. It's okay.
You know what? Many a football game's been played on Friday night, Coach. They don't call it Thursday night lights.
That's right.
It's going to be fine. I mean, it is. Before we get started, let's talk about last week's game because it was. Again, anytime you get a region victory, it's huge. Probably the first time this season, I think, that the team got started early and played a pretty mistake-free first quarter.
I thought so, too.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair. I thought we played very well, so I was really happy.
And you don't get happy very often in football season.
No, I don't.
No,
He's rough today, Jeff.
No, I'm saying
You're in for it.
This guy, man.
I'm saying because you're tough to please.
Yeah.
Because of all the positive that happened, and what was the score at the end of the first quarter?
I don't know.
I told you.
You ain't doing me that way, man. See, he's supposed to have my back, but he tries to set me in a trap.
No, I think it was pretty impressive. I was going to get to a very softer, more meek side of you, but it starts with, hey, here's what was in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And then we closed the game with the 7th grade quarterback.
Yeah.
And I think it was huge getting all those young players in meaningful varsity games in a region. I think it's very, very important.
Yeah, we played the roster, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
And anytime you have the ability to play the entire roster a significant amount of time, that's definitely going to help.
Yeah, for sure. The game was 59-0, 2 shutouts in a row by that Coosa defense.
52-0 at half.
59. 52-0. No, 45 at half. I quit watching it.
You went on autopilot.
Autopilot. I just blacked it out. I didn't need
Okay.
it. And I will say this: I was very impressed with the freshman quarterback from Susan Moore.
Yeah.
I think the kid was fantastic. We could have scored more points if Bo Black had been the water guy instead of Scott Coley.
Oh, man.
See, I think Scott's feeding them chips to try to get his prices up.
Is that right?
And to get him more thirsty. That's what I think.
Well, that could be true because I've not seen any chips from him.
No, but you've seen tacos.
Yeah. Yeah, tacos. I have seen some tacos.
I heard 12, and they went down pretty easy.
It's actually 14.
14?
Yeah.
You couldn't even tie the taco.
So you ate 14 tacos?
Well, I ate as many as I
watched
could.
you eat that cake, so tell the truth.
And my dang kids, I think, stole some.
Oh, well, that's
Who is Who's the dude on Facebook? The anonymous one. What's that?
Oh, Green.
Yeah.
Green got a taco.
Yeah, I think he got a taco. What's his first name?
Oh God, I forgot.
Is it Cody Green or
You,
something?
Yeah, that's it.
You've ruined it now. I mean, he's. I think he's now
You need to
a
get
Westbrook
Cody Green
fan.
T-shirts, man.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Speaking of taco,
Yeah.
George just popped on.
George. Welcome aboard, George.
Deanna says no chips, Scott. Don't give him chips. Oh, that's good stuff. Yesterday was your beautiful sister's birthday.
Yes. And it was, and I hope she had a great birthday. And
Well, she was slinging out concession stands during the JV game.
Hey,
She was in the concession stand feeding folks,
Yeah.
doing what she does.
yeah.
I was able to make my way in the concession stand, which is no surprise to anybody.
Yeah.
But all I got was hugs from Miss Deanna.
You didn't get a burger?
Nope.
Why not?
I didn't go in there for a burger.
Oh.
I went in for
that
birthday
hug.
love.
That's right.
You know,
Gotcha.
birthday
Gotcha.
love. So we wish you a God bless birthday for sure, Miss Deanna. She got herself a new car
Yeah.
that Mark's not ever going to drive.
What? What'd she get?
That's what I heard. Toyota?
You don't know.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, whatever. Mark ain't gonna drive it. Hey, so let's talk about the players of the game last week. A lot to choose from, Jeff. I know you listened, and Jeff has his favorites, but I won't mention them on air. Offensively, we went with number 1, the junior, Jay Allen Terry, and that was 2 carries, Jeff, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
Did I mention 2 carries? Okay. And I almost didn't give it to him because he slowed down on that last touchdown and stiffed arm a 3-foot kid. Right. You know, he didn't have it. He could have just ran the end zone, but no, he slowed down just to give the stiff arm on this middle school kid. So I was giving him a hard time yesterday. I said, "What's up with that?" He said, "He was in the way." He was in the way. So Jay Allen got the player of the game. Jay Allen is he's gonna be okay. He's got a future in this game, I think, if he sticks with it. Defensively, we went with a kid that didn't necessarily have the most numbers, right? So when we say this is the player of the week, and Jeff and I have been doing this a long time, it's about practice. It's about attitude. It's not just about stats that game. We went with a guy who I think is the epitome of what the Coosa Christian brand is, Grayson Malone. I think he does things the right way. Heck of a ball player, all-state defensive back last year. 2 weeks removed from surgery. Doesn't ever miss anything. Locked in, does the right things. We were very, very proud to make him the Kapow, also Trophies USA and Dixie Mini Storage Defensive Player of the Week.
Well, we thank you for all you do for our kids, man. Really, y'all impact them. Jeff used to really impact them. We don't really see Jeff no more.
Well, lately Jeff has been impacted.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different show for that.
We really miss Jeff, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, Jeff can have my headset anytime.
Yeah.
I know a couple schools that would love to have me over there.
Oh! So much for the Yogi Bear. That's not happening now.
Did you think? Come on, the Player of the Week helmet stickers we came up with.
I love it.
Your boy Allen at Trim It Up.
Yeah.
Did a great job.
Yeah, man.
And Jeff's trying to earn one.
I don't.
He's gonna put him in the inner cover of his Bible. So I'm gonna come with a new one. With a new one. So every time I think he does a good sermon, I'm gonna give him one, and he's gonna be the place. He's gonna put it on the inside of his Bible.
Yeah,
You have to listen to the sermon before you know whether it's good.
No, I get it.
That's
I
right.
got captions right there.
Oh, you be looking at captions.
I do.
Okay, all right.
I be watching the praise band. I know what they say. They're so good.
I'll listen to that.
You should.
They are good though.
Really good. So this show could really go. Oh, she got a Toyota Crown.
Ooh, my wife's gonna be mad. She loves that car. That's a pretty car.
That's a nice ride.
They
She
are
deserves
nice.
it. She deserves whatever she wants.
Yeah, she does. I thought I saw her driving the Jeep today, so it wasn't she driving that Gladiator? She driving the Crown. How about that?
How about the JV got a win last night against North Jackson?
North Jackson Chiefs.
Man,
Come
how
on.
about that? Shut them out.
Yeah, 12-0 or something like
Take
that.
that, Teddy Whitmire. Like you're the only defensive dude in the room. Help me out, Coach. I'm trying, man.
Yeah,
You say
man.
give me. Ain't doing nothing for me.
Easy.
Nothing for
So,
me.
hey, I got a question, and I know
Yeah.
it's not about the past game or not even about the upcoming game. It's about you, Coach O'Brien, personally. somebody wants to know what got you into, or when did you realize that you wanted to be a football coach? We know you played ball, all that kind of jazz, but when did you decide, hey, I want to be a football coach?
So when I was in high school, I always loved the game, man. I mean, when I was a 10-year-old little boy, and I'm really thankful for my dad for this, and Ronnie too, okay? So when I was 9, 10, 11 years old, it was those guys that didn't matter where we were, what we were doing. Friday night was dedicated to going to a football game. All right, and I'm telling you, that had a huge impact. Like, I remember even we went to Gatlinburg on a vacation in the fall, and Dad still took me to a Friday night football game in Cherokee in the Smoky Mountains, right? And that team was horrible, by the way. But the fact of the matter is, we went to a football game, and so when I was 10, 11 years old, I'm not even kidding you. I could tell you every school top 20. I knew all the stats. I was just a kind of a junkie, and when I got out of high school, I hated school. And
Somebody say you still do.
Yeah, I do. And I wanted to do the SEAL team thing. And so I needed that at that time in my life, and I realized I needed that. And so when I did the SEAL team thing for a while, then I got injured, and I was going to do a career in the SEAL teams. I still longed for the brotherhood, and hence coaching and what I love, and so it just kind of morphed.
Kind of a natural deal.
Yeah.
Just kind of who you
Yeah.
So the moral of the story is be true to who you are, and if you love something, go after it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Buddy's brother,
Uncle Cubby.
Tell me about Cubby.
Well, my dad and Uncle Cubby had a falling out probably when I was an infant, maybe a year before I was born, and I never got to experience Uncle Cubby. So when my brother was at Gadsden High, Todd, playing at Gadsden High, my cousin Pat, which is Uncle Cubby's son, was playing them at Sansom. And there was a conflict there, right? Because there was a rivalry, Uncle Cubby and my dad, and then there's a rivalry, and that's when them at Sansom Gadsden High was a big game now. All right? And the thing that I remember about that game, my Uncle Cubby loved him at Sansom like you don't even know how much that man loved him at Sansom. I mean, it's ridiculous. And Gadsden High was losing. I'll never forget it. We're on the home side of Murphy Stadium. And my Uncle Cubby had walked over to Todd, and while Todd was on the bench, and he was kind of taunting him. It was kind of personal, and my dad bailed out of the stands, and I'm like, man, this ain't good. Well, maybe it is good. It's cool, So
An upset Buddy O'Brien, no thank you.
Yeah, and so anywho, years went forward there. I still didn't have I had probably not said 10 words to Uncle Cubby until I was maybe 20, 21. I'm in the SEAL teams now, and Uncle Cubby and I guess Dad had finally put down the riff, and Uncle Cubby showed up to my dad's church on his birthday, and he found the Lord.
Wow.
Okay? And so that kind of started the relationship with Uncle Cubby and myself, right? And so I didn't really get to know him until I was in the SEAL teams, And I really regret that, to be honest with you, because, because Uncle Cubby was a dude now.
Yeah,
he was a dude, and I loved my Pat, dude, man, and so I missed out on all of that.
Yeah,
and I, that would have been cool, and Kelly and Mike, that would have been cool to get to really know them because they were, like Pat's, he's a man's man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uncle Cubby's a man's man, so just what it was though.
Well, I've heard his name mentioned over the years. I've never met him that I know of.
Uncle Cubby?
Yeah.
Well, he passed away several years ago.
Yeah, but I never got to meet him. But I was asked about him yesterday. I'm like, man, I remember that name.
Yeah.
and it was by one of your JV coach's dads.
Okay.
He's a pastor, blonde-headed coach. God, I can't remember his name.
I don't know who.
The show. Oh, it'll come to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was standing at the fence, and
Okay.
I'm filling up water bottles for the JV while their game's going on.
Yeah.
Right before halftime, and we just struck up a conversation, and he said he wished that he could. He's a pastor now. He said sometimes I want to not preach just so I can go hear Buddy. That's a high compliment.
Yeah, Dad's rock. He's a rock solid man. Like there's, and I've said it many times. There's just growing up, I'm so thankful because there's no fake in my dad or my mama, and it impacted me so great. Like it's unbelievable how that impacted me. They're just so real, man.
Is it Brock Smith?
I don't know who it is.
He's on your staff.
You're gonna
I don't
wake
know
up
who's
at
a
5 o'clock
preacher.
in the morning and go,
No,
"Ooh,
his
yeah."
dad's a preacher, not him.
His dad's a preacher?
Yeah,
So
that's
I
what
really
call him,
won't
too.
know then.
It's his dad.
Yeah, I really don't.
The blonde-headed kid that's on. I think his name's Brock. He's in there with Skylar all the time. Anyway, this show's going downhill. Where's Jack when you need him?
Yeah.
You're talking about your dad.
Yeah.
You talk about your dad a lot. So, a lot of people say, "What makes O'Brien tick? What makes him tick?" But I'm like, well, I don't know because
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Barry
baseball.
Smith.
Oh, but he's a coach on my staff.
That's what I'm
That's what
saying.
he
His
said.
dad is who I'm talking to.
I was trying to think of a player you was talking.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Barry, thank you, Scott. Barry Smith, his dad.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. Well, you need to know. And who was it that came up?
Scott
with that?
Coley.
Look at that. See, not only is he providing chips to not us, but he's providing names to you. So that's good. Just describe something for me. Describe your coaching philosophy. No, we've never asked that question. I haven't. Jerry knows it. I don't. He's coached with you,
Yeah.
and I think some of these people watching. What is your coaching philosophy?
I hope that my Christianity will reflect on my coaches and my kids. I hope if I died tomorrow that they could stand there and say he was a good, godly man. So there's my philosophy, right? I am who I am. I may be wrong, but if I think it's right, I'm not budging. I'll tell you what's on my mind because I just don't believe in holding it within because I think you're lying to yourself and the person you're talking to. I don't know. I'm pretty simple, actually.
I think that's a great philosophy.
Yeah,
I really do.
you know, and I know I don't do everything right, but I can tell you I feel like I'm consciously trying to do the right thing. It may come out wrong or it may end wrong, but it was never started to be wrong. It's not. I'm not hard to figure out. I mean,
You're either in Mark's circle or you're not.
yep.
Have you ever, Jerry? Have you ever met a coach? I mean, you've been around football for a long
Yeah.
time, right? You've called games, you've coached games, those type of things. Have you ever met anybody like Coach O that on the outside of the football stadium, like that says, "Hey, I'll be there. Hey, I'll come support you." Hey, I've never seen anybody.
No, and that's no disrespect on
No,
other coaches, but Mark supports his people.
Yeah.
100%. If he says he's going to be there, he's going to be there unless he forgets. But then he always says, "Hey, just remind me."
Yeah.
Right? You've if I've been speaking and asked you to come, if you didn't have something else planned, you were there. If pancake fundraiser
Oh yeah.
early on a Saturday morning, you had crust in your eye, brother, and you had syrup on your lip. You can't eat some pancakes, right? I can't say anything about the company you keep, though.
I know, right? I just believe
Jack.
like the people that's
Dwayne.
in your bubble, and I mean this with all my heart and mind.
Yeah.
Like the people that's in your bubble that has an impact on you, you should have equal or more than the impact on them. I think the greatest word in the history of mankind is benevolent.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jesus was the symbol of benevolence.
Sure.
All right, where you always put the people in your bubble above yourself. I think it's really important. And you always let them know you love them and you care for them.
Sure.
And and when you say something, and again, it's mom and dad coming back. You know, I never ever caught them in one lie. Never. I never saw them exaggerate. And every single time they said something, they delivered on it. And I think it's really important, you know, because society lies. And you get preachers in the pulpit that lies, and you get Sunday school teachers that. No, I'm not downing anybody.
No,
I'm just saying,
it's facts,
really
though.
important that we become men of our words. I think that's like the most. You know, the most important secular thing you can do is just be a man of your word. You can be lost and not know the Lord and still be a man of your word.
Sure.
You can be a Christian and know the Lord and still be a man of your word. And I think it's really important, and we don't have that in society anymore. Everybody tries to cheat the system to try to benefit themselves, and I don't think that's healthy.
What about people that in your circle, and it comes a time they don't need to be in your circle anymore?
I cut them out.
And that's okay.
It's okay,
Yes.
and that's where
Yes.
you know I've had a lot of questions that how do you do that so easy? I don't know. It's just easy to me, you know. It's easy, but I'll tell you this: like if my mama ever turned on you, buddy, you were finished, finished. Like, and I guess that ingrained in me where I don't have a problem cutting somebody out of my life. It's not even a second thought. You know,
But it's always for a good reason.
it's for a good reason. You lost your integrity or you lost your trust with me. You know, those are big issues because I will never ever leave you in a foxhole. Ever
Dang
under
right.
any circumstances will I ever leave you in a foxhole. And so when someone leaves me in a foxhole, I'm done with them.
It's so funny. Reminds me of a story of your mother.
Yeah.
I'm with Caleb, like we were a lot back in the day, and we go over there. She needs us to do something, right? Soon as Caleb walks in the door, he was supposed to have been there 2-3 days earlier, right? She tears into him.
See, there you go.
Tears into him. Next thing you know, she's tearing into me.
For being with him.
And I said, what did I do? He asked me to come help. Yeah, but you're with Caleb.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Where do you want me to put this?
Yeah.
Dude, she's one of my favorite people all the
Yeah,
time.
she's incredible.
You never question kind of how you stand with her, Jeff. Bro, she was just dying.
So that's where you get it from.
And don't talk
cool.
about the Braves.
Yeah. Yeah, that
God
You
help
told
you.
me that before. She
Yeah.
was an avid, big time Braves fan.
Hey,
Yeah.
she just was
That's
a person of a word. She had so much integrity. It was
But
unbelievable.
when she loved you,
Oh, it's unbelievable.
wow.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. What do you think? Go ahead.
No. I was about to move off into this football game.
That's what I was looking at. That's cool. You and I talked on the Alabama high school football show yesterday. We talked about this game and talked about
a little bit.
Well, we didn't break it down, but the offense of both of these teams, right? Stingy defenses. I mean, you guys match up pretty well on paper if you look at it.
Yeah.
A lot of points scored. A lot of physical football team. You guys score a lot of points. You're a physical football team. I know you don't like talking about that kind of stuff a whole lot as far as the game itself, but it's going to be a freaking fun one to watch if you're a fan.
I hope so. That's the whole idea of trying to schedule these games. You know, big crowds. You know, it's cool on a Friday night, man, to see packed stadiums, loud noises, and you know that's what Friday.
Not too loud, Philip Franklin.
That stupid train.
Has he brought that back?
Jeez.
Is that in? Is that?
I don't think we're going to let him in the stadium
Yeah.
next time with that.
Oh.
But-
Train horn.
When you see a lot of similarities in Coosa and Fife when it comes to scheduling, right?
I don't know. I don't know their schedule.
I'm telling you, then just
Okay.
listen to me, Coach. I got you.
Very good.
Because they didn't have to schedule Pisgah.
I can tell you, I don't follow their path. I mean,
You don't
we
follow
do our
anybody's path.
we do our own thing. you
Yeah,
know,
I'm just
so,
saying from
yeah.
outside looking in,
Yeah.
I see similarities. They
Yeah.
also schedule, big, powerful teams as far as maybe not scheduling Pierce County. We didn't get paid enough money for that one.
No, we didn't.
We did. Let me negotiate next time. You got Swain Morris. You realize that, right? You got Swain.
I got
You know what's close to the word Swain? Swindle. Very close. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So, that Pisgah, they lost the first game of the season. They played during week 1, 30-28, and just what I was told is just an epic high school football game, right?
Yeah.
But same thing, doesn't affect anything. Right? It's not a region game. It's a best teams he could play. Same thing with Coosa. He's also playing. One of the best teams, number 5 in 2A right now is Coosa. Fife's number 3. I think we talked about yesterday, Jeff. Number 3 in 3A. Their last 2 games has been 63-0 scores on both games. Coosa's last 2 games, shutouts. It's everyone wants to see this game. Everyone wants to see the game, and everyone talks about Teddy Whitmire. His affinity with Fife, being from Fife. His son's middle name is Fife, right?
Is this really true?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Okay, maybe I made it up.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm about to say,
You don't think it's a good name?
I wouldn't name my son 5.
Of course not.
Would you name your son Coosa?
No.
You wouldn't name him Christian.
Huh?
My son's name's Christian. I was meant to be a Coosa Christian.
That's good.
That is good.
Christian Bailey.
Yeah. If I had another son, I'd name him Cutter.
Cutter.
That's already taken, man. Can't do it.
Oh yeah, Cutter Johnson.
Cutter Johnson.
Yep.
Brandon Johnson's son's name Cutter.
Oh, really?
And he doesn't throw a
That's
good
a
one.
good name though.
Well, he doesn't throw a good one.
It's a cool
Doesn't
name, man.
Had to spell it different. Right.
You spell it with a K.
And with a K.
Yeah.
And when he signs his name, he signs it with a knife. Cutter. Very Michael Myrish. Halloween's coming. I got you, Coach. That's why I do marketing for you. Jorge said I would. I said Jorge. George, say his last name for me. Catalanato?
You ain't getting me there because I can't pronounce it. Street tacos.
Street. Hey, well, as soon as
Street
Jeff and I
tacos.
get some street tacos during the show, I'll give you a lot of publicity.
That's what we need to
Taste
do,
test, man.
George.
Gotta do it.
I can really help your business. What we'll do is what is today, Wednesday? Every Wednesday at 2, put street tacos here. We'll advertise your business.
Yes.
And we'll eat and talk about how good they
And
are.
here's the way the show's going to sound. Georgie. Dude, I love his son, by the way. Georgie's my
Awesome.
guy. Has been for
It's
a long
awesome
time.
family, man. It's
God,
awesome family.
what a good kid.
Yeah.
What a good kid. So obviously we the weather's going to dictate a lot of X's and O's are sometimes controlled by the weather. Right? A dry field you may play one way, a wet field you may play another. A monsoon or a freaking hurricane. Who knows? Is that in the playbook? You got hurricane plays, Coach?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Could you fill us in on what they are? Just see. Hey, Coach Benefield's watching. So go ahead and give him that.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
said, "No, I can't."
Well, I think the weather's going to be good tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Or not tomorrow.
Friday night.
Friday night.
We're all confused with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I think the weather's going to be good. I think the rain will be out of here by 3. From my last update.
Was that from an unnamed coach
Yeah.
that has a contact with the weatherman?
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
weather
it is.
lady?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he called me, and
It's so funny.
Yeah, and he started giving me the whole breakdown of where the hurricane is and what depth of water it's in at this point.
So funny.
Oh, I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
What depth of water it's in, and the peninsula that it's around, and where it's hitting landfall, and the cone of where it's coming, and the miles per hour wind all the way into Piedmont. Okay?
Well, you gave it away, Coach. You were talking about.
Yeah.
Look, so let me give you this. Yesterday practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's after the practice. We gave away the Team of the Week award and gave away the stickers. We're off to the side here. It's Rush, it's Mark, it's Teddy, and it's me, right? And Rush is on his phone and just going into all this. I just being very loud about the weather. I can call so and so. She's done this. She talks to James Spann, blah blah blah. And this whole time I'm sitting here next to Teddy Whitmire. I'm saying, Teddy, you know he's lying. He don't even believe what he's saying. I'm just bashing Rush, right?
Yeah.
No, when he's talking, he don't hear you.
Right.
I'm just bashing. Teddy's looking at me like, what? And he's dying. He's dying laughing. Rush didn't hear nothing I said. Right? But he was serious about this weather. I mean, he was serious.
I'll tell you,
He
man.
got that contact.
He does.
He
man.
really does.
He really does.
He really does have the contacts.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. That's what's funny to hang out. To hang out with him is
He's
a
not-
treat. It's like going to college. I'm telling you, man, and I'm not even kidding. There's not a subject that Rush Probst don't know about. It's unbelievable.
Well, you gotta be very
It's like
well-
talking to an encyclopedia.
You got to be very well versed when you're out there recruiting kids. You got to know what to talk about over there. I mean, you really do, and he's really good at it. He's going to be on the show soon, Jay. He said he's going to be on the show. Look, I'm talking to him. I talked to him yesterday, This is how bright he is.
He's very smart.
I just rewatched Titletown, one of his shows he was in at Valdosta, right? And there's a couple kids on this team that, man, I really follow. I thought they were really, really good. So I asked him about this quarterback, that's now quarterback at East Carolina, Garcia, Jake Garcia. And I asked about a certain situation, a certain game, a certain play he called. Instant recall.
Knew it.
Instant recall. I watched it last week, and it's okay for it to be on my mind. It's just last week. There's been some years. He was at Valdosta.
And a lot of plays.
He remembered the defense that it was called on. He remembers the snap count. He remembers that they changed the formation, and it was against a too high safety. And
I'm telling you,
Wow.
I bet you Rush's IQ. I'm telling you, I bet you it's 140. He's really, really. Look, man, we're driving down the road. We pull up at a red light, and I think I've told Jerry this story. And I'm sitting in my car. He says, "Hey," he says, "in one Rainbow City," he says, "that red light's gonna stay red for 2 minutes and 20 seconds."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?" He says, "I've already timed it." It's 2 minutes 20 seconds. It turned green. It's unbelievable, man. Yeah, he analyzes. He's the most analytical person you'll.
Can he go to a casino?
I don't know.
Is he banned?
I don't know.
Wait, sorry. Is it?
Well, so
could,
hey, so we went to the Rainbow. We went to the Rainbow City complex soccer park, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so we're pulling into the left, right? He says, "So and so owns this piece of land right here." I'm like, "What?" He says, "So and so owns this piece of land, and the person that butts up, this is so and so." I'm like, "You're full of it." He says, "No, I buy an app," and he pulls this app out, and it shows exactly who owns the land. He said, "I've already scouted it out for Turkey."
If I see Rush in my backyard, because you know it backs up here, right?
Yeah.
I got nothing but woods in my backyard. I see turkey and deer all the time. If I'm drinking coffee, looking at my back deck, there's gonna be Rush.
The turkey call, just calling them out. Yeah, man.
He's different, man. He's different.
I love him, man. He's awesome.
He doesn't get
Funny.
how the media perceives him
They're so wrong.
and what he actually is.
Yeah.
Did Rush make mistakes?
Yeah.
Man, yeah, right. But when Rush makes a mistake, my word, it's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, he's all in. He's all in, right? Yeah. But man, he's got a great heart. He loves the kids. Remember, you and I were down there during 7-0 Coosa, Pell City 7-7.
Yeah, he's coaching us up.
And he's coaching both teams
Yeah.
up like he's the head coach of both squads.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of people have their opinions about Rush.
The people that's got bad opinions about Rush, they don't know him.
Yeah.
If you ever got to know Rush, you just love him because he's just Rush, man. I don't even know. Yeah, it's different.
Steve
man.
Smith is on the show talking.
Yeah.
When he coached his son at Piedmont, he said Rush out there picking up trash, picking up sticks, didn't pretend to coach, didn't want to coach.
Yeah.
He said it was the best dad he had.
Yeah.
Coming from Steve, right?
Yeah.
And you go, Steve even Steve Smith would have to be, oh God, this can't be good.
Yeah.
Right. We got Rush Probst here.
Yeah.
And no one, he's on the phone more than you.
No doubt.
And that says something, bro.
That's a lot, huh?
Bro.
Yeah.
When I was running DirecTV, you know how much I was on the phone?
Yeah.
Rush times 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we had that show with Coach and Coach Probst on it. We were about an hour and 15, hour and 30 in, just listening to him tell stories, and it was the coolest thing.
It's unbelievable,
just to listen
man.
to him talk.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So I just went off.
We didn't
topic,
have him
but-
back on then.
Well,
Yeah,
I
just
talked to him
talk.
yesterday about it.
Just
He said
listen to him.
I said we would have him on and we'll just talk football.
Yeah.
Nothing else. No drama. No political stuff. We got Mark for that. No, you enjoy the political stuff, yeah, for sure. And you
Don't get
too,
him
man.
started.
You two just love the political stuff. But we're just going to talk ball. We're going to talk some X's and O's and just stories from people he coached. And it's one of my favorite things, man. And I love making fun of him. But I do it to him. As you know, I do it to him, so it's even better.
Yeah.
Because he don't listen. You don't. Why do all you football coaches, just like this, on the field, phone on speaker? Be talking on speaker. But then you know if it's a serious call, Mark would go.
Put up to his head.
Then put it to his ear and go. Sorry, it's it. I was just making fun of. I was with one of the kids, Bo Black's son, Grant yesterday. Grant Morgan, great kid. You know, and we were just sitting there. I said, watch them two. They're watching the other in the field, Mark and Rush, and they went like this in different directions, and they're both on the phones just like this. And Teddy or Larry, one of them said, I bet they're talking to each other. It's so good, man.
Oh, that's good.
So good.
Oh, that's good. What was that guy? We worked with some guys, and they worked for our cell phone company, and he had one. They worked at different stores.
Correct.
And they would have a Bluetooth in, and they stayed on the phone all day long with each other for 8 hours.
all day.
Y'all in it.
Man, it was bad.
Yeah.
So
That's good stuff.
Georgie says, if you win Friday, I make some more. If not, Coach O makes some.
You're in trouble then, George.
We ain't eating those, Georgie. Georgie, we ain't eating those tacos.
That's funny.
So,
Go ahead.
no, I was saying, hey, let's just get to the game. What's your thoughts? And everyone tries to make the games out to be bigger than they are.
Yeah.
Right. This game doesn't make your season. It doesn't end your season. But it's a great step to see where you are as a football team right now.
Yeah.
In our opinion.
I think that's fair. I think what you just said is about as accurate as it could be. Yep.
Wow, he don't normally agree with me in public.
Yeah.
I'm
Try not
proud.
to anyway.
He's working on himself.
He is.
He's trying to be an encourager. Yeah.
Well, he knows I got his back.
Yeah.
After that, I know we don't look ahead, but
No, let's don't look ahead.
I want to look ahead.
Okay.
Because it's just the finish with the region,
Yeah.
right? Cleveland, a team and a time of your life that man, you love them.
Oh,
You
gosh.
love
I
that.
love that community.
Absolutely right.
Yes,
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
the best community I've ever been in.
Yeah, great
Those
community.
people are tremendous. And I don't know if you've ever been to a church in Cleveland, but it's old school now. Man, it's so cool because the church I went to, and I've been to a few of them, and they're kind of all the same.
Yeah.
The churches are packed, and those people sing, man.
Heck yeah.
Like the windows are rattling, like the whole church sings to the loudest they can possibly sing.
That's awesome.
And it's so cool, and it's old school preaching. It's really cool, man.
You've got some dudes that came out of there that you made such an impact. Some of them are still with you.
Yeah. I still hear from several of them.
Logan,
Yeah, Logan Self.
Yeah, Logan Self.
Which, Whitley.
Chase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whitley's his wife, and that's her nephew. He plays for me. And,
Yeah.
Chas called me.
Heck yeah.
Cornelius, he was my quarterback.
Yeah.
Dusty was my other quarterback. He called me. Micah and Christian Collum met me at the game Friday.
Wow, heck yeah.
And, of course, their quarterback at Susan Moore, that's their brother.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And then Abram, my starting lineman, he heard that we had a game there, and he came up to the field house just to see me at halftime.
Heck yeah.
And so,
Well, it was over by then, so it didn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
You had you got Braylon.
yep. Braden?
Braden, yeah, Braden, yeah, that dude, man.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yep.
Really, is he in Italy still?
Braden Hawk?
Braden Hall.
Yeah, he's in Italy. I didn't coach him.
I know, yeah, but he does a
Yeah.
connection and name that
Yep.
is triggered on me.
Yep.
I know, Paul.
Paul Hall.
Yeah,
His son.
His son.
Wow.
Great dude.
And they're from up there? The Hawks?
No.
Just
they're
okay.
not.
I
Yeah,
got you.
just a connection with Mark,
Yeah.
and that was fantastic. So,
Yep.
hey, you got a future Coosa Christian person here, Shelby Thompson McNutt's watching, Coach.
Okay.
You get to meet her on Friday. But you don't want to talk to Mark on Friday. It's game day. So we'll just go straight to the administration.
That may not be a good look.
What you got, Jeff?
I don't have anything, man. I just enjoy listening to you guys talk.
Yeah.
And, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I love how O'Brien be sharing his heart, just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
He acts like he's tough, boy, when he starts talking about his mom and daddy.
He's still tough.
He is tough, but
And I still
gets him a
ain't
little bit.
fighting
Love it.
Buddy O'Brien.
that's
That
that's
dude.
daddy. That's your daddy,
Buddies.
Pastor Buddy.
Yeah.
Brother Buddy.
I love seeing him in the stands. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
He
Your whole
loves
family.
football, man. He does.
Your whole family, man. Todd, of course.
Yep.
Next level.
Is he coming up?
He is. Yep. He called me earlier today.
He's going to ride the hurricane up
Yeah,
the beach, right?
That's right. Be clear, he's not evacuating. He's just coming to watch football.
Man, you got
That's
Phil-
what he did. He called me twice, and I finally returned the call. He's like, "Well, it's about time you called me." I said, "Oh, Todd, it's no big deal. I've only had about 35,000 phone calls. I'm having
probably
to deal with the
accurate.
referees and everything else.
Careful.
No, changing the schedule.
Okay, I just don't-
Nothing bad.
I
like when you change.
Jack,
the
I
game,
got it. I got it, Jack.
When
Don't
you
worry about
change the game, you have to get
Jack's
on.
going, you started it.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
You have to get on the phone with the referees
That's
to
right.
let them know you're changing the game.
Yeah.
So,
Philip.
yep.
Love Philip.
Yep.
I'm still waiting on my mug and my chicken. Just saying. My favorite coffee mug.
Dude, he
man.
talks about that mug ever since he mentioned it. It has been
It is
every day.
It is, man.
He's
There's
talking
something
about it.
special about the thick white
Waffle.
coffee mug from Waffle House.
Yeah.
It's just different. Makes the coffee taste
Well, you're
better.
gonna have to drink out of it every time we do a show.
Is that a problem?
No, leaving it here maybe, because I'll be walking around with that one like that.
Yeah, I know it. He takes ties one cup at a time.
There you go.
Anything in closing? You guys come out. Hey, get the word out. Game's gonna be typical Friday night game. Kickoff at 7:00. Airtime's gonna be 6:30 for us.
Yeah.
We're excited, Coach.
Yeah, man. Should be fun.
It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah.
Friday night.